Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on Forza Horizon 4 with another team adventure. Now, today we are going racing with B-class cars. However, all of the vehicles have to have 300 or more horsepower. Again, this is just kind of compromising how you might build a vehicle. Throws up a few more oddities. I've gone for a Rover SD1. I've never driven it before. It's all-wheel drive, has a 415 horsepower V8 and standard tyres and no tyre width. It's going to be a handful, really. I'm not 100% sure it's going to work all that well, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm kind of hoping it's just brute force is what this vehicle is. And there's all sorts of, there's a mixture of vehicles. There's some off-roaders, of course, because, well, they're big and heavy, so 300 horsepower doesn't put their PI up by a huge amount. They'll be good on the dirt, but probably not so good in the corners. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to see here. But that's the fun of these slightly wacky rule sets. You don't know what might work. I know my car is going to be a handful in these turns. It's understeery. The lack of tyre widths is a killer. I mean, the all-wheel drive kind of means the traction's not too shabby, but the understeer is horrific. I couldn't get any front aero on it, jumped the PI up too much. I think this is the first time, not only on standard tyres, the actual standard tyre compound, but standard tyre width as well. It's a long, long time. That's normally the very first thing I want to put on my cars. So, there we go. Rover versus SUVs currently is what is happening. Is an F100, I remember my trucks, and a Jeep are battling it out. Here we go. Can we punch? Well, that's a terrifying sight to look back to see. No, we can't punch past the Jeep. That actually outruns us. We outrun the Ford. By a lot, we outrun both the Fords that there are around. We have a look at the inside of the Jeep. We can't get that to work. The Jeep's out wide a little bit. We are still alongside. The Jeep's got great grip through the corners now. The problem is, I want to get past the Jeep, because I think lap time-wise I might be a smidge faster, but I also don't want to hamper my teammates too much, because, you know, we need us to all score some points here. So, it's a difficult game. It's a very difficult game when both the Ford pickups around me are way better than me in the corners, and I am way better than them in the straights. It's always a difficult one. This Rover isn't doing terribly. There's an Escalade. There's an Impala leading, a Rover trying to hold back a horde of trucks, and it's a weird race again. I mean, that's kind of par for the course, really, when it comes to FailRace events. Let's be honest. Goodbye, Raptor. Off towards turn one we go in an 80s Rover with an engine from Chevrolet. It's quite the thing. I've got a massive mistake at turn one there, though. I just couldn't get my car stopped in time. The Impala is struggling with the corners here. The Raptor is going to... I'm not even going to be able to make that stick, I don't think. The Raptor's going to finally get past. It's just the crazy acceleration I get from this car. This is actually working better than I expected as a B-class vehicle. And now I'm just going to not fight that. Not fight that. We're going to let the Raptor do its thing, which in many ways actually could help me out here. If the Raptor does its thing and really causes problems for the Impala, I might get both of them somewhere around here, because I know I'll get the Raptor down towards turn one. This is one of those, this is a horrible battle. It's like, I want to get past my teammate, but I want to get past the blue car and past my teammate, because I want to win. But I don't want to slow my teammate down, but I also don't want to lose out on the chance of being the car from red team that could beat the Impala. It's a weird mess of a race we've basically got going on here. Because I think I might even have the Impala beaten around here. Weirdly, it's going to be, yeah, because I've got more grip than the Impala. The Ford's got more grip than both of us. The Impala's got more straight line speed than me, but I've got more straight line speed than everybody else here. Oh, well, there was almost a gap there. We've kind of got to put our nose wherever we can. If I can get a pass done, maybe here is going to be where it's going to have to happen. It's up the inside for the Rover. Here comes the Ford. The Raptor's getting involved. Quickly! Run away from the Raptor. And then there's a wiggly Aston Martin. Oh, God. This is manic stuff. We are on the outside. Oh, no. I'm going to get carted out to the bloody wall again. Man, there goes my race. Yeah, I mean, that's always fun. That's always fun times. Points-wise, I actually swung it enough in the way of blue team here. We've got to get the Raptors just stuck in horrific traffic here. I'm going to get stuck on the outside of a bloody Escalade. It's all gone wrong. Go on, Impega. You can do it. Get that Raptor to the front of the field. You've just got to stay away from this lot when it comes to... In fact, Pega might do this because it's far enough away out of the twisty bits. Can make a big gap through these twisty bits. I'm going to get boxed in horribly through all of this. We are on the inside of everybody. Well, I got put in the wall on the final corner. I think I'm owed a little bit through there. Ninetales is going to beat me to the finish line, so this is more about... can I stay in second? Ninetales is going to go. That's fine. We're not going to worry about that. I think it's going to be enough for Red 2 in the end. What a ridiculous race that one was. Third place I will take. At the end of all of that, the DB5 clawed its way up to second. That DB5 had a very, very busy time. The points were all over the place in that. The Raptor took victory. The Rover was pretty good. I think if I could have got clear, if I could have got left alone, I think I could have possibly won that. But we got stuck, ensnared in the traffic. But I'm pleased with the performance of that SD1. All right, it's a good start. It's a good start for Red Team. So, we head next off-road, the Highland Farm Scramble. Now, while my Rover I think is going to be, well, I hope is going to be competitive, half competitive certainly, at tarmac stuff, here it won't be. I'm on standard tyres. They're not very big standard tyres either. There's a Hummer, there's a Raptor, the Escalade, the Jeep are all going to be on much, much better tyres than me. The Escalade, actually, I'm not sure, because I saw that in the corner of my screen, and I don't know what tyres that's on, but... Okay, I'm all-wheel drive. Anybody running a rear-wheel drive car, sure, I might have a little bit of an advantage over, but I don't think there are too... Ninetales is rear-wheel drive, of course, with the lunatic Aston Martin. Yeah, we will have to see what we can do. Now, as far as dirt circuits go, this isn't the meanest of dirt circuits. Yes, it is quite a large proportion gravel, a large proportion off-road. However, it's a relatively fast off-road circuit. Hello, Hummer. That would have killed an SD1. To be fair, you breathe on an SD1, it probably falls apart, but I'm just clonking the back, because I can't take the speed through here. I've got no grip. Sorry, teammates. Go, 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 go. I'm just going to lift. I'm not even going to fight you. There is no point in me slowing down them cars. They are considerably better than I am. So we lift, we let them go. It looks like Ender might be having fun times with that Supra. In fact, the Supra... What is that? That starts off quite close to B-Class, top of B-Class, so yeah, you're probably not going to have much upgrades and you're going to be rear-wheel drive with iffy tyres. You put all that together and... yeah, it's not ideal for this sort of a track. Oh, God, we're going to clonk across over there. So I don't have rally suspension. Normally I would run it, but I knew this car was never going to be any good on the dirt, so we kind of just... I forego rally suspension. I think it's on race... It might be on race suspension. I don't know. I forego rally suspension anyway, because... knowing that this was never going to be the strong suit for the car and hoping for good performances on the tarmac stages. Oh, there we go. We're nicely enough around there. There's a massive tussle going on over second place and back. I'm not actually sure what the car at the front is. I don't remember what they have got that is leading the way, but for now they're leading the SUVs, unless there are an SUV. Could be, for all I know. We're trying to keep ahead of the rest of the field. The rest of the pack does. Yeah, Blue Team have apparently not got good cars for off-roading. Although I think Dangerman didn't go off the line. I don't know whether controller trouble or something. Whatever went on, that hasn't helped Blue Team, but we certainly have cars that are working out on the dirt, and those cars also work on the tarmac. You know, put that together, that's quite a strong combination. That jump is so horrible when you do not have the suspension to really cope with it. Oh, Ninetales with the rocket ship Aston Martin just cannot get stopped. I mean, I'm not surprised by that. It's understandable, really. At the end of the day, that thing does not look like it's easy to get turned. There's a big squabble still going on at the front of this field here. I'm just sort of stuck in that. It's a little bit of no man's land. This is the downside when you do go for the more specialised car. Certainly if you go for the more specialised tarmac circuit car. Now, points-wise, we're actually going to still score a lot of points here. That's more by virtue of Blue Team having trouble than... You don't normally get 400 points for 7th place. But it's still not the worst car here, this. However, when you specialise a car more for the tarmac stuff, when you go to the dirt, you tend to be very, very slow. And I mean, like, properly slow and often running around on your own. Whereas you specialise a car for the dirt stuff, You tend to use up a little bit more PI, but you do tend to be more competitive on the tarmac than I am on the dirt, for example. There are probably some tracks where your car won't work, especially anything that involves power, but yeah, it's the compromise you have to make sometimes with your... you do have to make with your building. We've gone a different direction with this one, which me... Oh, come on, no, Rover, no. Stop. Say stop understeer. His ender goes even wider through all of that. Ninetales is doing a good job of keeping that ridiculous Aston Martin somehow pointing vaguely in a forward direction. We're not actually all that far away, and we should... You know, if we get beaten by the Aston, that would be a big shame for the Rover. It is... Oh, it should be better. I guess this circuit is a little more favourable to the Aston. It's slightly faster rather than really low speed acceleration stuff. We've got one more lap after this as we barrel our way towards the start finish line again. Oh, come on, slow it down. Blue team have got the lead. The Jeep is leading the way from whatever car Steve's driving out. I don't know. And Pega's up into third with the Ford. I mean, it looks like it's chopping and changing. It looks like a great battle actually is going on up for the lead as we slowly worry about an insanely fast Aston Martin. Well, insanely fast, often quite out of control Aston Martin, basically, behind us. Points-wise, we're very sorted here. Points-wise, we're very, very good on this one. Blue team do not have cars that like the dirt. Do not have anywhere near enough cars that like the dirt around this track. We're going to wander very, very wide. There's a big old fight going on behind me. Yeah, it's just been a little bit of a cruise. It's just been a little bit of a cruise around some dirt tracks, some gravel roads with the Rover, and a nasty bump to break your spine and all the suspension in the car. Yeah. Knew it was unlikely to be all that much fun. Ah, it's a Quattro up at the front. Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense. So it's a Quattro that beat a bunch of SUVs. Christ. Quattro was literally the only non-SUV or pickup or something in the top 6. I was the highest placed car. Highest placed car outside of the rally car. I guess it could be worse. Look, we're finding positive, and we absolutely thrashed it in terms of the points. That's also quite a nice positive. So, we head next to Lakehurst, to the Cops Circuit. Could be a good track for the Rover, if I'm honest. A nice spot on the grid. The Impala is probably my biggest concern. Around this circuit, certainly the Impala is probably my biggest concern. To be fair, the DB5 could also be very, very quick. This is a longer track. There are some longer straights. The power of the Rover, the power of the Impala, and certainly the Aston Martin may well come into effect here. The likes of the Fords, with their lack of top end, might struggle. The Escalade I don't think's all that quick. Top end wise either, so yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Now I'm hoping I might be able to... So we know the Impala beats me down the straights, however this is not a pure straight line speed only track. The difficulties you run into here are you've got these long straights in which the filthy power cars are very, very helpful, but you have these horrible medium speed corners where you need grip. And you put that all together, it's often quite difficult to build a car specific for this track. The Jeep has got a fair amount of speed. The Jeep has got a good turn of pace down these straights, because normally they have nothing. They're aerodynamically terrible. So, those sort of SUVs. So, that's a thing. We might be able to have a dive at the inside of the Impala here. I reckon I can actually pull that off and get the move completed. We do. That puts me up into second. I think I do have the measure of the Impala around this track. Is whether there's anything else that can do something here. I don't know what the Supra is going to be like. We didn't really see that in the first race. Can I nail that corner flat through there? We do. It's going to be all sorts of jumbled up, I suspect, which is good news. I mean, that's kind of what you want. You want an exciting race, of course. We're going to use the slipstream of... The problem is I'm going to catch the Jeep, but I'm not going to actually be able to do much down here. We almost ran out of gears as well. I ran out of PI for a lot of things. A gearbox is one of them. Although, actually, no, the all-wheel drive should come with an adjustable gearbox. Maybe I forgot to change it. I don't even remember. We run out of gears. Thankfully, though, we are running out of gears, but it's literally the very end the very end of the straight. You could say it's even the perfect length of gears because we're just topping out as we get to the end of the straight. This Jeep is going to put up a fight, you know. This Jeep is going to make life difficult for me. Where can I find a way past? I don't think I can go past there. I think that's too difficult to corner. Ninetales is even the bigger concern. This is probably where we're going to do it here. We're going to have a big dive up the inside with the Rover. Probably my favourite of the overtaking spots if you can pull it off. However, the Jeep fights back, gets the cut back for the exit. We're still going to be stuck on the outside. Now, I've got to be mindful of the Aston Martin. We're still going to be around the outside with the SD1. Fantastic. Well done, Rover. I'm so glad we had the grip to pull that off, and the Jeep gave us space on the outside. Here comes Ninetales' Aston Martin. That is a concern, because we know how much speed that thing has got, but can it make it through the start-finish line bit with any sort of control? It does. We're going to move it across. We're going to defend. We're perfectly allowed to do that, of course. Down towards turn 1 we go. Now, we're not going to have to fight with the Jeep for a while. No, the Aston's got the Aston's got so much more speed than me, and while I have more grip, I have more traction than it. I don't think it's going to be enough. Come on, Rover. Out of this turn 1 corner we go. Use. The acceleration is never going to be enough. I can't fight that. Not that speed. Not that level of speed. It's off. I think the only way we beat that is if it crashes, pretty much. I mean, it's a handful, and it certainly won't work everywhere. We saw, we will see even, there are circuits that car will be undrivable at, but it's obviously good enough in these turns. I'm surprised, actually, that it's good enough in these turns. I guess I'm not very fast either in the corners. We've got to bear in mind here, it probably has even bigger tyres than me, to be honest with you. Oh, there's a little plonk on the wall. We can gain a smidge. We can maybe keep Ninetales honest a little bit around a lap, but that thing is savagely quick. We have pulled clear of the Jeep. It has now fallen to 3rd place. What are we going to see from... I mean, Impega's in 4th. The range is not going to enjoy this circuit. It's going to be very, very quick in these corners where me and Ninetales are struggling, but that long straight just kills it. We're going to close up. I mean, even if we shoved our nose up the inside, which feasibly we might even have the grip to do here, even if we compromise Ninetales massively on the exit, it just doesn't matter. That Aston Martin's got so much more speed that there's nothing I can do about it down here. It's just gone. No, blue team have got enough points. Oh, it's falling apart for us. We were looking relatively well at one point. Ninetales has had a massive moment, though, through there. Oh, I've had a massive moment as well trying to catch. No, I tried to push it too hard. I saw, like, there was a whiff of an opportunity, and I had to go for it in that corner, and I went for it, but it was a little bit too overcommitted. The points are changing really, really quickly down there, so I don't know quite how it's going to pan out. We're going to cross the line, and we're not going to know if we win this round or not, I think. It looks like Danger Man is fighting with some cars, and that might be the deciding factor. Yeah, I overdrove that final lap. I got a little carried away at a very tiny half chance, and it didn't quite work for me. Oh well, it's a 2nd place for the Rover. It was, again, good race. We had a good fight with the Jeep. That Jeep's got some speed around a circuit I wouldn't expect it to. So, there is that. It's going to come down to... where if Danger Man finishes 8th, I don't think we can do anything more, really. Indeed, Danger Man does beat the Quattro for that 8th place. Yeah, and Portal Cat beat the F100 for 10th. That was a really, really important place, actually. 10th made the difference in this one. Well, there we have it. The Rover did some good. The Rover did some good. Faster the red team cars. Not enough, though. So, up next, Mortimer Gardens Scramble Circuit. This is not going to be a fun place for me. The all-wheel drive will help a little bit. The Hummer and the Raptor will be good. The Wrangler, the Escalade will be good. The F100 might be good. I don't know what suspension it's on. I think that's also more rally built, so that could be okay here. But the Wrangler starting on pole is going to be very, very good news for that vehicle. This is a bit of a funny track. The water section kind of gives you a... it gives SUVs like a big time gain, although the rest of the circuit isn't the worst for, like, I say non-fully off-road built cars. Oh, did the Hummer hit the... I think the Hummer hit the Monument. That's not so good at all. We are going to struggle here. The plus point, of course, for my car over some of the other actual cars. Oh, we're still all-wheel drive, which is good. Supra got it all wrong. Problem is, the Supra got it all wrong, and in fighting for control again, having got it all wrong, yeah, we had a tough time. The Supra's no good in the water. They're just a bit unlucky. That was very much a wrong place at the wrong time. We just kind of like played pinball with one another. Not intentional. It's just one of those things that happens sometimes once you're kind of fighting for control. If we can all get past the Impala, that would be wonderful. That is what we need to do here. We need to all get past the Impala. Speed Beast, I think we can... Well, we're not fighting Speed Beast, let's be honest here. We're not fighting that Jeep, not on the dirt. Oh, I'm on Rover. Everything is good. Everything is mostly okay. We're not fighting the top lot. That's irrelevant. But if we're going to win this round, it's what we can do against that Impala that matters. The Impala that's currently getting mugged by everything. Oh, I don't really want to. I kind of want to be in the fight, but I also want to have a clear shot at the Impala on my own. We're not going to get, but there we go. Do we have more speed than the Quattro through the water section? Possibly if I hadn't taken out some bloody lampposts along the way. Now the F100 we know... Oh, Quattro's never making that corner. The F100 is very good in the turns, but lacks power. I'm going to guess lacks power anyway. Well, lacks power and aerodynamics are crap, because it has no top end. As you can see, Danger Man buggers off into the distance. We go absolutely flying along with the Rover up towards the back of it. But we have got to get both of us pretty much past that Impala if we are going to take a victory. Now, is it possible? I think so. We're going to take a sneaky little line through all of that. It actually has worked pretty well as we go to the outside of the Impala here. We're going to try and fire the car around. Now, we are going to be stuck, squished against the wall. It's 3 wide again. I'm trying not to squish more cars. I'm trying. We're going to run out of road here. Yeah. It was a little bit of a squeeze. We got through it though. We have got the points at the moment. Ninetales is struggling, funnily enough, with the Aston Martin not working around this track. If we win this adventure, actually, I think we win this round. Sorry, I think we win the adventure overall. We have fallen off the track. The Ford's still up the inside. I think we went 3 wide for a good half a lap there. Danger Man can't carry the speed through here very well, which is perhaps a little bit to be expected. Oh, come on, we can get to the inside at turn 1. Yes, we can. There's a little bit of a bump between the cars. We are through, and if anything, we might have helped our Ford teammate make their way through as well. However, the Ford's got to watch out. It doesn't get murdered down the straight towards the start-finish line. Oh, come on, get turned. It just doesn't turn. Doesn't turn in the slightest. This is a very different build to what I normally bring to these sort of races. If you've watched these team adventures before, this is not the normal sort of car that I would be running. Iron Peg has got to the lead as well with the Raptor. That's helping us with points. We have sorted out the points quite nicely here. Oh, might have fallen off the road a smidge. Got a little bit wide. A little bit wide there. It's okay. We'll get away. Just sheer acceleration. Danger Man's actually fallen back even further now, which is a little bit unfortunate for that Impala. Good news for us as we get the points situation under control. The Impala just doesn't have the grip around this circuit. I mean, it's not supposed to. At the end of the day, got to bear in mind it isn't supposed to. Our Supra's fallen all the way to the back of the field. Could have been a missed checkpoint. Don't know. But also, that's another car that this is not a track it's going to like here. This is not a circuit the Supra's going to enjoy. It's rear-wheel drive. There's a water splash for it. You know. The Aston Martin's also struggling. Kind of the cars you might expect to not have such a fun time. Up ahead, I can just about see in the distance, there is a big old fight going on between the Hummer and the Escalade. Don't quite, I think Impega's completely run away at the front. I haven't actually seen that red dot. Either it's very close to the Jeep, or no, it's miles gone. Up at the front. Jeez. The Ranger was quick. That Ranger was very, very quick. Not Ranger, sorry, Raptor. Isn't the Ranger Raptor, which is a normal Raptor. The full American Raptor. There we go. We will head up towards the finish line. You know what? I'm not disappointed with 5th. Not really. Not for what I'm driving. Not for how that car's built either. 300 points. Good points for Red Team. We'll take it. We will take the adventure as well in this one. So that's quite nice. So, for the final round, Blue Team are playing for honour. I'm trying to get a win with the SD1. We have come to the Prince's Street Garden Circuit. Oh, that's not where I wanted to start. Not with all of them vehicles ahead of us. I'm worried about well, the Raptor, I think, will thrash me around here. We could, if we were ahead of it, we could make life really, really annoying for it. Guess what? We're not ahead of it. The Hummer starts on pole as well, and that's not a fun time. Ninetales will really struggle to get that car off the line. We've just got, if we could have started higher up the field, there might have been a chance for us here, I feel. But we're going to have to work. So, like, I feel like we could defend from a number of cars in this group, but we're going to have to work crazy hard if we're going to get through. I don't think I have the pace. I don't think we have the pace against some of the vehicles in this lot to be able to make it work. We're still in a little bit of ghostly mode. Try and make the most of the ghostly mode while it's there. I've still got to get to the checkpoint, folks. Whoa, sorry, I don't want to be on that line, but we were told we were going on that line, and I have to get the checkpoint through all of that. I do apologise to everyone involved, but yeah, we got pushed and squeezed. I think there's a combination of people not quite sure when we came out of ghost mode, and it's just a horrible corner, very, very busy part of the lap. So, the incredibly fast but difficult to drive Aston Martin leads. The Jeep, that is surprisingly good all round, is up in second place. My Rover has got a little bit lucky. There's a little bit of argy-bargy to get it into third. Unintentional, but it happens. I think the Raptor is going to be unhappy with how that started. I think Impega's going to... And that's going to be very quick. It's just if it can make it through the traffic. That's the problem it's going to come up against here. A little bit worried about the Escalade, actually. That seems to be pretty rapid. In fact, I say that's a weird sentence to say, but I am a smidge worried about that one, as it is hovering around behind us. We might be able to get the Jeep here on the exit. Now, the street furniture around here is less of a concern with a lot of the cars, seeing as this has just got a lot of big heavyweight things. I mean, even my SD1's not that fussed about street furniture, or not as much as some. Yeah, a lot of these will just go through the street furniture without much of a care in the world. Ninetales is Aston Martin, probably won't like it, but it's also got so much power it can move a building if it needed to, so, you know, I'm going to say it's probably not the biggest concern for Ninetales, not really with everything else going on here. Can I catch the Insanity DB5? I don't even know if I can. I mean, it's going to probably come down to, will Ninetales make a mistake? Around here, because that's, yeah, that sort of car, this sort of track, driving with a car like that is not the easiest thing in the world. I don't have the best car really for chasing down here. What's helping me, what's working for me here, is that what are much faster cars are buried. Cars that should probably be doing well here, in Pega's most in particular. I'd also expect the Quattro perhaps to be fast. I just stuck in traffic and stuck fighting cars, and yeah, when that happens, it is a tough time. I think we are very, very slowly reeling in the DB5, you know. Could we do something? It's going to be so difficult to pass it, though. It's going to be at the hairpin, I should think. If we're going to do it, it's going to be at the top hairpin. We're never going to get it turn one. You know, that's just impossible. We're never going to get close to it into turn one. That's fine. It's going to be the wiggle up the hill. The problem is it's so far away by the time it gets to turn one. We're going to have to be mega, like, spot on through turn one, which we are that time around. That was a good run through there. Up the hill we go. Yeah, it's just not going to be ever close enough, I don't think. It's just watch infuriatingly as we both set near identical lap times, but in very different places. Oh, street furniture. Didn't slow me down all that much, but it's just a little bit. We are pulling away from Longbow. I think Longbow might be a bit quicker than me, but just got stuck in that traffic, stuck fighting the Hummer and all sorts of weirdness, and that's going to cost us so much time. See, we're having a good lap here, minus the street furniture hit. We'll reel back up towards the Aston. Well, can't quite be that brave. Well, we got away with it, but yeah. It's identical lap times between me and Ninetales, and I can't gain. It's one more lap for Ninetales to not make a mistake. I mean, my car is not... I've got to bear in mind here, this Rover is actually not an easy car to drive either. This is a very, very understeery car. It's a very uncooperative car. It just happens to be that there's an even less easy-to-drive car in the field ahead of me. We have had... Ninetales made a little mistake through turn one. We have had a good section here. Could we make something happen on this lap? We just jinked that checkpoint. I mean, that was I say that was super. It was super risky. If we missed the checkpoint, it doesn't matter. We're not going to win this round anyway. The adventure is won. This is just for the glory. This is just for Rover versus Aston Martin. An unusual battle of manufacturers here. Can we do anything? The final corner is where it's going to come down to here. Ninetales brushes the wall. I brush the wall as well. We are going to carry as much speed as I dare through here. The problem is we're going to get out-dragged. Ah, not quite. What a race. Fantastic stuff. We take a second place in the SD1. We pulled away from the rest of the field. Impega got up to 4th with the Raptor. I thought that was going to be a good car there. Just got stuck in traffic too much. The Hummer takes 5th. In the end, which is not too bad at all. The Wrangler fell down. I don't think it missed a checkpoint or made a mistake somewhere in all of that. I like my Rover. I'm really pleased that kind of works. That does actually work at some circuits in that sort of configuration. Damn. Couldn't quite beat the Aston Martin. Another lap, maybe. Who knows? It's always the way, though. There we go. Ignore the thing. It forgets how to count sometimes. Red team, we did take the victory in that adventure. Yeah, I've got a good SD1. I like this. Nice car. I like having it in Forza. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. As ever, if you'd like to take part in the next one of these, you can sign up via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find FailRace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. That, though, shall be it from me. Until next time, a goodbye.